Hey, what's up, guys? It's the same old G, and this is me coming back at you with a recap video. I know I don't do lots of recaps. Like I never really told my Burning Wheel stories from the last years. I can add a S to that. But I wanted so this morning I just wanted to make a video, do a Mage 20 recap, because we conclude the first story. So just for the sake of vocabulary, in World of Darkness they divide the game into chronicles. You have a chronicle. Then inside the chronicle you have stories, and stories are made up of 3 to 4 chapters depending on how you structure it, maybe more or maybe less. And a session is a chapter kind of thing. This is how it is described in M20. So we've been through preludes. So all the characters has their except for Tim, but it's we're gonna do it sometime. And then so they all have their prelude. Then we had the three sessions, 3 chapters, and it was like a little less than 3 hours. So some were kind of short, 2 hour 30, 2 hour 45. But it's really intense. I know I mean, for some reason, there's always a natural end that seems to come for that group, like a good natural ending at 2:45, 2:30, and sometimes I'm a little tired. I gotta say, I get tired. This system, this game is demanding. Like, I don't know how to express it. It's demanding, and we don't go into like full-on mechanical combat and not a lot of spell casting and shit. It's not a lot of, it's just roleplay, storytelling, description, lots of narration. So I don't know. So we had the 3 sessions, and it goes well. So the story goes like this, basically. It's so far, because we don't really know where it's gonna go, and how. But so far it's in Montreal, Canada, 2015. This day, this time, in November. Now it's the end of November, beginning of December. They are McGill University students. Some are postgraduate, some are just graduate, and they are studying, computer engineering, business, mathematics, and sciences and stuff like that. And then they are in the same class, in the same math class. And there's a famous teacher there called Professor Gallagher. He's a mathematician, somehow famous, and he's really popular among the science head for his great math lessons he's giving. So what they had in common is that they were in that class, and what happens is that they like the teacher's assistant, a postgraduate named Rashid, who assists Professor Gallagher sometime, teaches class for himself sometimes and stuff like that, correct the papers and stuff. The dude called for the PCs one day after the class. He said, "Okay, you guys stay after class, we gotta talk." And he said, your paper shows some great mastery of mathematics. Your paper shows, some insight, some particular insight, and Professor Gallagher wants to talk to you and all that. So So they give them an appointment to outside of class with Professor Gallagher in his office, and so they had this appointment. They were discussing stuff, and this is where they got introduced to the Mage Society somehow. They talked to them about the Order of Hermes. They talked to them because they are part of Order of Hermes. They talked to them about the situation with the other factions. The fact that being a mage is not easy, and the fact that they might gonna need some help. To understand their power and all that, and the awakening. What is awakening? What is the sleepers, and what's going on out there? The Ascension Noir. So he was, they were really vague. They didn't give all the information. It was just an introduction, and then it's also just an invitation. They invited them to be part of that. They invited them to they want to bring them into the fold. But the PCs are free to do what they want, so they were like, I'm not quite sure. So Rashid invited them to a party, invited them to an initiation party, a verbena initiation party, at an after hour downtown, and so they went to see what it was and all that, and that party went really bad. Shit hit the fan. The initiation was for a girl who wanted to be initiated, was about to be initiated into the verbena. Which the verbena, like the McGill University, is divided in two traditions that take care of that university. You have the verbena and the Order of Hermes, and they are there since the foundation of the university, and they represent the social sciences and the natural sciences, right? So they represent the humanities and the science. So what happened is that the DJ was a mage that uses the music as a practice, as a focus, and what he did is that he kind of froze time and kind of froze the sleepers on the dance floor with the music. So everybody who was not awakened froze, was supposed to froze, but the thing is that the girl. Everybody's just froze, and then they start doing the initiation, and they were witnessing the initiation, and everybody was watching and all that. In the PCs and some of the verbenas that was there, but one of the sleeper girl was not froze, and then she started to scream. She started to make a mess. And there was some kind of a protocol there to be applied. She gotta die. Because she got awakened by force, by brute force, and she cannot be. She cannot. How can I say? She can. There's a rule in the council, in the tradition, that says you cannot. How can I say that? A sleeper cannot awaken by force. And hey, give me a sec. Hey, merci Joël, hein? Merci pour la plug. Ouais, je l'ai trouvé. C'était dans le. Ah, parce que je l'ai trouvé. Sorry about this. So there's a rule in the council that says that you cannot awaken by force a sleeper, and so she was not ready. She was traumatized. She was screaming, and she was not understanding what's going on, and so the rule is that to get rid of her by killing her, because the traumatism of the awakening cannot be erased, and you cannot use magic to do that, because there's another rule that says that you cannot use magic on sleepers, and all that kind of stuff, because in the council is there to protect the sleepers, there's a rule that you cannot, you cannot. There is some kind of rule. I mean, you can use magic on sleepers, but you cannot. You cannot. How can I say that? You cannot hurt them, and erasing memories is, it's kind of anti-protocol. Well, that's the thing, and so and to make a long story short, so they say we gotta get rid of her, and she's not gonna come back from that, and then. So the PC got against that, and then there was some kind of a fight, not a big fight between Rashid and the PCs. They got together and they work as a team. That was really cool. What they did is that because he created a scimitar and he was about to chop that girl head off, and so what happened is that they work as a team to work as a team to go against that. I don't know how to say it in English, but what happened is that they send the girl into another realm, to the Umbra, when the sword was about to hit her head, and she was about to go into the other world. And then she went into the other world. I'm sorry, I got lost track. And so now she's on the other side, and then there's this big argument between the Verbena and Rashid and the PC, and they don't know what to do. And then they say bring her back. And so he did. So he bring her back, and then you want to kill her again, and then they trying to get in between, and then it's like this big thing, and then eventually they came to an agreement that we're not gonna kill her, but we're gonna send her there because she cannot stay here because it's the law of the council and all that. So they send her again, but one of the PC who heard from the girl, because they asked her some question, where were you, what happened, and all that, and she said, I was in a castle, and he said, oh shit, you were where I sent my girlfriend, because he has a girlfriend that has been sent in another world by mistake and all that. And so he when she's about to go through that vortex again kind of thing, he grabs her, and then he managed to go with her. So now one of the PCs is in the Umbra with the girl because he wants to find his girlfriend, and the rest of the group is is like, what the fuck happened and all that, and then they are frustrated because they don't want to be part of a gang of killers, because they see the tradition as a bunch of killers that kill sleepers, but they don't understand that they want to protect the sleepers. So there's this big confusion there that they don't know how to deal with that. So what happened is that most of them leave. They say, fuck you, Rashid, we don't want to be with you. They leave, and then they got separated. So the PC got separated, with one in the Umbra, one going with Rashid, and so what happened after that is that they go their way. They trying to figure out how it's going on, and then eventually a couple of days later, when they get out of the party, they get approached by RCMP's detective that start to say then that we have an investigation on a guy named Rashid and a girl named Clarisse Montplaisir. They are student university, McGill Student University, and they are part of an investigation concerning some missing persons and all that, disappearations. And they don't understand, and they know that we've been hanging out with them, and so they wanna know if they know some things. And the PC shut their mouth up. They say, we don't know, and then they leave. And eventually they receive another email from Rashid saying, okay, we, Professor Gallagher and I, we want to talk with you. I'm sorry about the mess that happened at the party. We want to make it back to you and all that. So come to Castle McFarlane. Castle McFarlane, they don't know yet, but it's a chantry. It's the Order of Hermes chantry, and they're gonna go there, and they're gonna get some more information, but this is where they are right now. They stick together a little bit after what happened at the party. They encounter some event. There is also in Montreal, and as a backdrop to the story, to the setting, there is a situation where there's a quarantine going on in a neighborhood, a really wild, a big mess. The army is there erecting walls around a neighborhood. There is a mob of protesters against that because it's almost like a Berlin Wall. Like you cannot go on the other side, and there is the army, and so they don't know. The people in the city are not happy with the situation. There are protesters and the mobs created, and so what happens is that there is always like these big mobs of protesters walking down in the downtown area and create all kind of mess, and then they got stuck into the conflict with the cop and the mob and a radical movement called the Black Bloc, and they are anarchists, and they were like a fight. It was almost like a civil war where like tear gas were throwing at them and all that. So the PC got stuck in the middle of that, and then, so they managed to get away, and they stick together as a group. And they how can I say that, they by themselves they form a cabal. Like they kind of formed a cabal by themselves just because they start to trust each other. They start to get out of their shell, but they are not part of the Order of Hermes. They have this invitation from them to be part of that, with Rashid as their leader, kind of thing, because he wants to introduce them into the fold. But they don't like the dude. They don't trust him so much. So there is this situation. So that's the story so far. Now they are about to go to the Order of Hermes Chantry to receive more information, and to receive also a proposition from them, which they don't know what it is yet. And because they say that we have a proposition, and that's basically it. Oh, also there's a mysterious sphinx that sent message through the TV and through the internet, acting a little bit like anonymous kind of thing, and they receive a message from him where they were in the metro. Mysterious riddle. So yeah, so they have all these perspective on things, and they are in the middle of that, and they have to make decisions. They have to decide on where they sit. It's almost like the thing that is happening right now in this game is that you have the newly awakened mage that are stuck in the middle of a mess, some kind of an ascension war. They don't know shit about that. They start to learn a little bit about it, and they kind of realize that they have to make a choice. Like they cannot just be mage and go about their lives, because there's factions out there that make pressure on them. Like they either want to kill them, get rid of them, or they want them into their army, or they, whatever. People are after them just because they're mages, and they need to. That's the war, right? That's the understanding of what the Ascension War is that you have to take a side, and you have to participate in the Ascension. And being a mage, being an orphan or a marauder alone in the world is just really hard, really complicated. So yeah, so that's the thing. This is the story so far. Thank you for watching. Sorry for me losing track. It's a great game. Just I'm having fun. All right, talk to you soon.